Ooh, happy Halloween, guys! Hi! Welcome back to my channel. Halloween is this coming weekend, and I wanted to do a really fun tutorial for you guys, so I decided I would do a sugar skull makeup tutorial. So if you guys want to learn how to do this look, definitely stay tuned. I picked this because I thought it would be somewhat easy to follow. It's not a very difficult makeup look. All you need is a flower crown, some white face paint, and an eyeliner, and you are good to go. And you get this really cool, impactful look that you can get for like $10. Anyway, if you guys want to learn this, stick around because this is going to be a really fun Halloween tutorial. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do in this Halloween makeup tutorial is to prep our skin. I've already put a base of moisturizer on, so I'm going to put on some lip balm. And this is the White Beauty Agave Lip Mask. And then in addition to that, I will be using the Mirabella Prime for your face. So this is just a face primer I'll be using. I haven't used the white face paint that I'll be using for this tutorial ever. So I want to make sure that my face is taken care of and it's protected. I definitely don't want to be putting stuff on my face and then the next day or even like a couple hours I'm just breaking out. So just to make sure that my face is taken care of and also just to ensure smooth application, I'm going to put on a primer. So for the white face paint, I will be using two products. So I'll be using this, I think it's called Graftobian Makeup, and it's Clown White Cream. So this is a cream face paint. It's white, it's really sticky and tacky, but it sets dry. And I will be setting it with a translucent powder, and this is Your Mineral Sweeten, and it's just their transparent veil. You can get the White Clown face paint on Amazon for about $7, which is what I did. You actually don't need a translucent powder for this. Baby powder works just fine because we are using a white face paint, but I just had this lying around. I'm just gonna take a little bit on a brush and then work it into my skin. And then I go in and I smooth it with my fingers. And then I'm also covering my lips and I'm covering my eyebrows. And like you guys see down here, I am dragging it down my neck. Now that we have the white face paint on, I'm going to set it with a translucent powder. If you're just gonna get, you know, a random kit from CVS, which I have done before, you don't have to go out to Amazon and get this. You can just use that kit you can get at the drugstore. Just make sure you set it because that way it doesn't crack and it doesn't move throughout the night. All right guys, so I did one side of my face already, and so the rest of this tutorial is just gonna show you guys how to do the other side. And I would recommend doing one side first and then try to match it. That way everything kind of looks as symmetrical as possible. You can do it all at once, but I think it might be slightly easier to do one side like I have and then finish off the other side once this side is done. So the first thing we're gonna do is take an eyeliner, and what I'm using here is Max Factor's Liquid Effect Pencil in the color 10 Black Fire, but any black eyeliner will do. And what I like to do is sharpen it a little bit. That way you have a sharp point. And I generally like to start from the top down and just tracing everything you need. So I don't have as much forehead space as a lot of people do, so if you can get as many spider webs as you can on your face, that's fantastic. I will just do 4, so 2 on one side and 2 on the other, and then add some, you know, artistic bits at the end. What I'm gonna do is just kind of trace and see how many I can make. They're not going to be exact, but if you can get close, that's great. And then the last one is just going to be around, and then you're going to swirl it, such as that. So once I stencil that in, I'm going to match up the lines as best I can so it looks like a web. Don't worry, all the shadowing will come later. So that's the web done. I keep looking into the viewfinder just to make sure that everything is okay. So then we're going to then stencil in or draw in this circle. So what I like to do is I just start off here and then come down in the socket line so it looks like you have a hollow piece in your eye. Come back up, circle around so that you capture the entire eye socket plus the eyebrow, because you're gonna keep your eyebrow in the circle and then you're gonna just put eyeshadow over it. So once that's done, then I go ahead and create the flower petals. One thing I like about this look for Halloween is, one, I'm super lazy when it comes to Halloween. I generally don't like really going to buy costumes. So this one, you can just wear a face of makeup, put a little flower wreath like I have here, and I'll show you guys at the end how it's gonna look. And then just a dress, or depending on how cold it is, you could just put on some pants and you can call it a day, because I mean, I don't think you need to go all out. As long as you have the headdress and you have the face paint, you should be good to go. So then I put in the petals. I'll fill it in later. Then I want to work on my nose. So we're just going to match it again as well. You could pretty much get away with just drawing everything with a black pencil, coloring it in and calling it a day. You don't have to go through the entire process of shading if you didn't want to. Okay, so then the next thing we're gonna do is move on to the teeth and extend it slightly down below your bottom lip and then slightly above your top lip. So there you have your lips drawn or your teeth drawn. And then the next bit is the design part. So straight out from the corner of your mouth. And then you're gonna go up across your cheek and then up again. See that? It's very easy. It's not gonna look exactly the same. So then once that's done, we'll do this bottom, what do you call it, cracked section. So you're gonna draw a C coming out from the bottom of your mouth, and then we're just gonna draw little branches that come off of that line. And then this will help define the shape of your face. And then once that's done, you just pull it to the edge of your face. There you go. And then the last bit when you're tracing is just the flower petals. So you just curve and then draw the petals. Okay, so as you guys can see now, I was able to do all of the tracing just so I could match this side. And it's all really easy. All I did was use the black eyeliner. And then on top of that, what I did was I filled in some of the flower bubbles here, kind of creating dimension and depth. So you guys can see, I filled it in more at the top and then left the bottom ones to have a little bit more color. All right, and now we're going to focus on the eye socket. And the color that I used for this is Max Cranberry. I really like this color because it has that reddish pinky tint, but it has a metallic finish. It gives the look a little bit more depth. And I like the color because it does draw your eye to it. And also it's a lot more fun than, say, you know, just going straight black. So I'm putting this on with a flat shader brush, and all I'm doing is just patting it into place, starting off with my lid. And what I want to make sure to do is I want to make sure that I get as much bang for my buck in terms of color. That's why I'm patting it and packing it on instead of kind of, you know, brushing it in. And I'm not really being too precise because we're gonna create a border with the black eyeshadow to make it look a bit more sunken in. You want to get as much impact from this color because this is essentially the only color on your entire face. So in addition to this, what I'm going to do is now take a small shader brush and then color in the petals on the flower. I'm not being very precise about this, just making sure that the gets colored in. Don't worry about any of the black liner. You're gonna go over it again once you're done with this process. Okay, so now that we've done all of the shading in the eye, now we're going to want to actually add some dimension to the eye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a pencil brush with the black matte eyeshadow from the Lorac Pro palette. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a cat eye with the black eyeshadow, and we're just going to stay on the outer third of the eye, and then we're gonna blend it in. Just like a normal smoky eye. Keep placing the black powder and building it up, using the pencil brush, pulling it into the crease, and then blending it out. Then I'm dragging it a little bit underneath the lash line. So we get as much dimension as possible. Now to finish off the eye look, all we're gonna do is tight line and then also run black liner on your bottom lashes. So once we're done with that, we're gonna put on some lashes, and the lashes I'm using are Lena lashes, and these are the Siberian Mink Glamorous, and they look like this. I've cut them because they're too big for my eye, but they just give this some extra flutter and extra pizzazz. So I'll be right back, I'll put them on and then we can keep going. All right, so now that we have lashes on and some mascara, what we're gonna do is just finish the rest of the top of our head, and we're just gonna keep lining the web with some black eyeshadow. Just kind of create some of the shadows. And then the empty space here, we're going to fill it in with black eyeshadow. So just, I guess, haphazardly fill it in just so we can darken it up a bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to define the flower petals, retrace them, and then also put a little bit more dimension in the circle surrounding the hollow of the eye socket. Like you see here, it's a bit more defined and there's a bit more shadow. So what we're gonna do is just use a pencil brush and put some black eyeshadow on there, and then just go around the perimeter, shading in this area with black eyeshadow. So now we're gonna go over all of the lines with black eyeliner. So all that's left for us to do is to add in some shadow on some of the lines right here, and then fill in the flowers, and then essentially re-outline with the black eyeliner. So we'll just go ahead and do that right now. So what we're gonna do is just take one of the flat eyeliner brushes, dip it in the black eyeshadow, and trace the line right here, and then pull the shadow downward. We wanna create some dimension and sort of soften up this line. And then what we're gonna do is also just go over the bottom slightly and kind of having them blend out a little bit more. Not to be too precise with this part. So now that you've created the shadows on your jawline to create the skeleton look, what we're gonna do is we're going to now fill in the flower parts to put some color, and we're gonna go back to our matte cranberry to fill that in. We're just gonna use a small shader brush. What I'm doing is just dabbing it in like so. Literally the last step is to retrace everything with a black eyeliner. So I would have a sharpener handy so that you can sharpen like I am. So you have a very fine tip, and then we just retrace everything. Okay, so that's it. Now we're done outlining everything, and everything is a bit more defined. And I think the last bit that I like to do is to take the white face paint and use my pinky finger and just whiten up the teeth part. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you did. And let me know in the comments down below if you will try this makeup look. I know it's probably not one of the more out there looks or relevant looks for 2015, but this is a staple, you know, Dia de los Muertos. Everyone loves this look and it's really fun to recreate. And don't be afraid of it because it's super, super easy, as I showed you in this video. I didn't think I could do this, but you know what? If I can do it, you can too. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't want you guys to miss out on any other videos. Also, don't forget to check me out on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!